problem is, and I finally, that buzzing that's been bugging the shit out of me forever. I
Yeah.
finally figured out it's just this cord, so I just gotta buy a brand new cord because it does it on this mic too a
Oh.
little bit. So I just gotta get a whole new cord, and then I'll be good. But I figured it out finally. All it took was me to get everything right.
Is the cord very expensive?
No, it'll be like $10, maybe $20.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, so
perfect.
it'll be
Even better.
it'll be a very cheap solution. But hold on, I gotta cue real
Yeah.
quick. Got this little keyboard over here. I got this
Oh, look at
little
this.
wireless keyboard, and then I got a cute little yellow one to match.
Nice.
So
Very nice.
I got a question for you before we get into Creed 3.
No questions asked. No, I
Oh
don't know.
fuck! All right.
Hold up.
No, where'd you watch it? How'd you watch Creed 3? Did you rent it? Did you buy it? How'd you get it?
Yeah, I just rented it.
Oh, you just rented it? I bought it on Apple because I was like, fucking, it's $5 more to buy it. I guess I'll just buy it. But that was ridiculous. Why is it so expensive to rent movies now? When did that happen?
I think it's because it's still in theaters.
Oh yeah, probably. Well, it's funny. I was talking to Taylor as she was leaving last night to go to her friend's house, and I was like, I could literally, with the AMC app that I have, I could go to AMC right now and see it for free instead of paying $20 to watch it or whatever.
Well, if I didn't feel like dog shit, I was gonna go to the movies.
Oh, you were?
And just watch, because it's playing at the Harkins over here by the house. Because I looked it up and I was like, oh, I'll just fucking go there. But yeah, I feel like dog water, so I was like, nah, that's gonna.
So, you don't want somebody
I
to...
wish a guy would take a dump on my chest.
I cannot hear that.
Oh, you can't hear that? Okay, good thing you said that. Let's get this out of the way. Wait, whoop, not that button.
I'm like, I don't know what you just played, but I know you played something. I can't hear it.
That's funny. Here we go. Here, can you hear this?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rocky.
There it is. It is. Yeah, it's funny.
I wish a guy would take a dump on my chest.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I looked it up because I'm like, well, I guess we're just like Sylvester Stallone just died, but he just didn't want to be in this movie because he thought it was too dark.
Yeah, they were beefing, and like he's mad that they stole the franchise from him. He says he'll never watch this movie.
Wow.
He'll never go see it, he said. Yeah, but I kind of forgot about that as we were getting into these movies about their little feud.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, you didn't really need Rocky in this movie.
No,
it kind of worked on its own. It does kind of suck though that happens because like it would have only brought more fun to the movie.
Yeah,
it also was the only part that I think he would have been good in is the funeral scene for the mom. That was a little awkward. He didn't show up for.
Well, they didn't really show you. I mean, they showed. I mean, it was just like 10 seconds of him standing at the fucking, which is fine. I mean, you don't need a whole lot. I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, which that hospital scene with her, and she thinks he's Adonis, and then oh my god, the whole thing. That was just so sad.
It was very sad.
That part in the movie that made me cry. I teared up at that part. That part got me going.
For sure. It's sad.
But so what did you think about the movie? Now we've watched all 3 Creeds on the Pleeka podcast.
Yeah.
What did you think about the third one? Directed by Michael B. Jordan directed it too.
I enjoyed it. I don't know. I mean, it was good. Don't get me wrong. In my personal opinion, I feel like this is probably where they should leave it. But I did read that they're going to continue.
They want a lot
branch
more.
off with I'm going, okay, are we trying to make it Marvel or like DC here? Like,
no, it really.
So
one thing I did kind of like, but it felt like a superhero team up thing is like all like the people that like, or even I can't think of the guy's name. What's the Russian guy's name?
Drago.
Yeah, he came back and boxed with him to like help him train for the fight and stuff like that.
Was that the dude's son that he fought, or was that
it was
Drago?
It was the son Drago from the second one, I think, that he fought Drago.
Okay, because I was
also like it was
that.
like that. Also, I was like, oh, it's kind of weird that the other Drago didn't show up and hang out with them.
Yeah, I was like, okay, yeah. I mean, because it was very true when Dame. Said that Creed had basically, he was like, look at him over there with his getting his Don King on. He had pretty much turned into a promoter. He'd pretty much turned into like, I'm gonna set everything up, like money. So Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, it was like obviously I was still rooting for him, but at the same time,
Mm.
I was like, kind of fuck some people over here,
Yeah,
you know?
I really did I really like the story with Michael B. Jordan. I gotta admit it was a little awkward with Jonathan Majors with all the shit
Yeah,
going on with him nowadays.
yeah,
But I really liked that, like that it started with them as the kids, and like you get to
yeah.
see that, which it did make the movie very predictable. Like when he was
Oh well, yeah,
when he
absolutely.
was
As soon
fighting the
as
one guy, you knew he was gonna kill the guy in the ring. So
yeah,
then Creed had to fight him and all that. But even then, I enjoyed their little feud together. Of like,
yeah.
I went to jail for you, kind of, and you abandoned me and all that shit. But also,
Well, it
like,
is
I'm
kind of a
kind of an
shitty.
asshole in the same
Yeah,
way. Like,
yeah.
it's my fault, but it's also your fault a little bit because you decided to fight that guy.
Well,
That was really weird too. Like, there was an adult that was just bullying them, making them like do boxing and shit like that.
yeah. I
That was
don't.
so
It. I
weird.
mean, I thought that was kind of a stretch, but I mean, I don't know.
I was a little afraid that was gonna get into something else going on there. If you catch my drift.
Yeah, yeah, maybe,
Because then I was
maybe.
like, oh, that's why he just beats the shit out of the guy, and he's like, I'm not little now, I'm not little now. But it
Yeah.
was just because he used to make him fight him. I thought it was a little molestation going on.
Well, I mean, yeah. And then I thought it was weird that, like the dude's boys were at the gas station. The dude looked homeless.
Yeah.
Like I thought he was like a homeless dude.
Well,
Like the way I mean, maybe that's just the way I perceived it, but I'm like, he looked like he was like just homeless or like he was just like walking out of the gas station and he's like, "You don't fucking remember me, do you?" And then he starts beating the shit at and then, later he's like, "Yeah," he's like Leon's boys shows up and I'm like, where were they? They were
yeah.
just chilling at the gas station
No,
with them.
that did confuse me in the movie a little bit when like he shows up, like you said, and he's like, "You don't remember me," and he's by
Yeah,
himself. He has his bags, and even they
yeah,
show his home, and his home looks like a dude that like barely has anything. And then all of
yeah,
a sudden he has all these, and I get like he went to fight and got popular, but like he had
yeah,
all these boys out of nowhere, just
yeah. I
just
was like,
hanging with him.
okay. I was like, that's interesting. And then I thought it was interesting too that, like in the main at the end, the main fight,
Mm-hmm.
it reminded me of like, Westworld, white hat,
Oh,
black hat,
oh my God!
because
I did
he
not
because
think of
he
that, but that's good. I like that.
Hold up.
because he had, Michael B.
Now
Jordan had the
that is
white
something I
gloves and the
like to
white
see.
trunks, and Dame had the black gloves with the black. So I'm like, I think we know. Like I don't know if that's what they meant by
Mm-hmm.
it, but it was just interesting because they had not gone that route. Like
Yeah, no, it was very like
the
this felt like a
any of the movies.
movie with their boxing. Like when they all disappeared, the cage also surrounded them,
Yeah,
stuff like
I
that.
wasn't a huge fan of that actually.
That stuff it reminded me of. Remember in Spider-Man when he's fighting Jake Gyllenhaal and like he gets in his head and like there's all that fake stuff around him.
Maybe it's been a long time.
It reminded me of that where it's like it just like it looked kind of weird, but then when it got to them fighting, I really liked that. I thought the fighting in this was really cool.
It wasn't bad, but I was like, I'm like I kind of like it. I'm like I kind of liked it with the whole crowd. Like, I mean,
Oh
they're
no
at
no
like
yeah I
Dodger
like that
Field
stuff
or
better. I
Dodger
just mean
Stadium.
like the actual fighting throughout the entire movie. I thought
Yeah,
was really dope.
yeah,
I thought Michael B. Jordan did that very well. I really that block that he kept doing
I know. It
that
was like
Damien
an
kept doing.
unorthodox style.
Yeah, it was really neat. I liked
Yeah,
that. It made me
but I
want.
think that's what.
I hope Michael B. Jordan directs more fighting movies or something, or maybe a superhero movie or something. Because like
Well,
I feel like he's
I
got a
would
good
assume he's
style.
gonna direct more of the
More Creeds,
Creeds.
yeah.
But I mean, put yourself in Dame's shoes. I mean, how
Mhm.
could you not be pissed at him?
No, yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, 100%.
Like,
It makes.
granted, don't get me wrong, he was a kid, okay,
Mhm.
but I mean, still, like like you spent 18 years in prison because of him. I mean, ultimately, his own decision. Dame was the one who did it, but at the same
Yeah.
time, it was
No, yeah,
like,
he was defending his friend.
if
He
he,
shouldn't have had a
yeah,
gun, but at the same time, he was defending his friend.
right, right. So yeah, I mean, I was like, man, I fuck, dude, this is kind of justified in my opinion.
A little bit, yeah. I wonder
Yeah.
where they go from here with the other movies, because like, it kind of seemed like they were gonna be buddy buddy. Obviously, Damien's not gonna show up in the next movies, but like, I really liked the stuff with him and his daughter and stuff like that. It did almost kind of feel though like they gave all the deafness to the daughter.
Oh, they absolutely. She was like full blown.
Yeah, like she can still hear and make music a little bit,
Yeah.
just doing it slowly, but the daughter's just full on deaf.
Yeah.
But I like
Yeah.
the way they did that in the movie, and they made her because like so she was like a perfect like mix of Michael B. Jordan and Tessa Thompson.
Yeah, supposedly that it might actually go that route where she basically turns into a boxer. Like
Oh,
you
she'll
see
act
her,
since she will
yeah.
actually fight. That would be very interesting. Switch it
That's
into it like a girl boxer now. I would like
at
that.
least some of the because I mean I didn't do too much research
Mm-hmm.
yesterday looking it up, but I did look it up because I was like, oh, I'm like, I wonder is there planning to be a Creed 4? And they said yes. Michael B. Jordan at some IGN thing said that there plans to be Creed 4 and more,
Hmm.
and potential spin-offs with like characters from the Creed movies.
Wow.
Because I mean, like, I mean, he's he already retired. I mean, he
Yeah,
came out of retirement for this fight. So I mean, like,
that's
you
true. Yeah,
can't.
he can't
What is
just
he?
keep coming out of retirement every
Yeah.
couple of years.
Oh fuck! I gotta come back out and fight this guy. All right, we were buddies in high school, and he beat my mom's ass or something. Like,
Winning.
well, she's dead, so
Yeah, true.
yeah.
Yeah, and you can't bring anybody else back from Rocky stuff. There's like no one else to do anything with.
I mean, it's been forever since I've seen the Rocky movies, but I mean, I off the top of my head, I couldn't necessarily think of anybody. So yeah, it would almost have to be like his daughter or something, like
Yeah.
raising her up. She's a teenager, like 10 years have passed. She's now 18. She's an amateur, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'd be really down for that. That'd be fun.
You know,
I'd like
it's
that.
so funny because I don't know if you knew, what was it, last weekend, 2 weekends ago, there was this like this big boxing match. It was Ryan Garcia versus Tank Davis.
I think I
And
heard
like
about that. That sounds
it
familiar.
was like I don't know what weight it was. They're not very big guys. I think it was like featherweight or welterweight or something. I don't know. But two of the guys at work bet on it.
Oh.
But it was on HBO, or it was on what is that? What's the not HBO?
Was
What's
it
the
Showtime?
other? Showtime.
Because this movie did Showtime as well instead of HBO now.
Yeah, Showtime pay-per-view. The fight was Showtime pay-per-view. I didn't. It was 2 Saturdays ago. I was in Tucson. Peyton had a basketball tournament in Tucson, so I was in Tucson and the fight was going on. But there was like a bunch of parents in the stands that were like watching it on their phone.
Oh, that's funny.
But like I was like, I remember I like looked up on TikTok, like, because like on, well, I think it was like the Wednesday before the fight or the Thursday before the fight, like they had like their press conference. Like that shit was like interesting. Like I don't really know anything about either of these fighters. Like I picked a fighter that I wanted to fucking win the fight. But it was like, man, I'm like, I could totally get into this. Like if they're like, but my problem is I mean, I think I've said it before, but I want like the heavyweight boxers. I want like the big boys. Like I want the boys that are like gonna throw these punches that are gonna fucking knock somebody out in one punch.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel like
the big boy.
You want to watch some damage happen. You want people to get fucking.
Well, I mean, it's like Mike
their
Tyson
heads knocked off one punch.
I was a kid when Mike Tyson was around, Evander Holyfield, like. So I mean, like, though, that's what I grew up, because my uncle is a huge boxing fan. So
yeah, no, that's fun. I feel like that would be really fun to watch. Actually, after watching these movies and shit, I feel like I could get into like watching like boxing or MMA or something.
Yeah.
You know.
But see, that's the thing. Like, I'm not gonna pay. I don't know what it was to rent, but I mean, I'm not gonna pay it.
Yeah, that's the problem too. That's the thing I could never.
Like, why do I have to
every
pay?
single time?
I have cable. I have every goddamn fucking streaming app
Disney
imaginable.
Plus, please. Come on,
dude. I have all this shit. Why do I have to pay more?
No, that's the really fucking annoying thing about a lot of stuff like that is like, but that's also how they make all their money too. It's like,
for sure,
come pay and watch, but it's also like,
I know, and then they want you to get together.
I'll watch it on Twitter
leaks.
I'll watch someone live streaming it in like in the corner of the room or something.
One of the guys at work, he goes, I just went on Facebook and fucking typed in the Davis versus Garcia. He's like, there was like fucking thousands of people streaming it.
Oh wow.
Because I go, did you get to watch it? He's like, yeah. He's like, I just went on Facebook and typed in Davis versus Garcia. He's like, there was so many people streaming it.
I guess that makes sense actually. With like everybody streaming themselves watching TV shows and everything else, I'm sure you could so easily find that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, so he said that he had to go through a couple, like he was in them and then they would get shut down. But
Mm-hmm.
he goes, no, he goes, I ended up watching the whole fight.
Oh,
And
nice.
it was a 7th round TKO because he
Did
punched him
it?
in he got a body shot.
Did any of them win? Any win their bets or anything?
Well, yeah, they bet the one guy bet that Tank Davis would win, and the other guy bet that Ryan Garcia would win.
Oh, okay.
They just said straight up.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
That's fun though, because then like you guys are going against each other.
yeah. And the crazy thing is like the dude who works in my office, my buddy, he knew nothing. Like the guy came in and was like, hey, you want to bet on this fight? And he was like, I mean, I guess. But he was like, well, who do you want? And the guy was like, I want Ryan Garcia. So my buddy, he bets. So he went on FanDuel
Mm-hmm.
and he saw that Tank Davis was like the favorite. So they bet $500.
Oh my God! What the fuck?
Hold up.
He he thought it was MMA. He didn't even know it was a boxing
Oh.
match. I'm like, bro, you're crazy. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, what are you doing?
That's pretty wild though, but that's pretty high stakes. I like that.
Yeah. He was like, yeah, because I was
That's
like, oh,
that's an
I'm like,
intense night.
yeah. I go, what? What did you bet? He's like, 500. I'm like, $500.
Duh.
I go, you
Winning.
don't even know who the fuck is who. He's like, well,
That's
one dude's a
crazy
black
to
dude,
do.
one dude's a Mexican dude. So I go, well, there you go, I guess.
That's all I know. So I'm gonna bet on the Mexican dude.
And then I looked it up, and I'm like, I go, you know, it's a boxing match, right? He's like, it is. He's like, I thought it was MMA. I'm like, you're fucking crazy, bro.
I thought they were playing baseball.
$500. You don't even know anything about it.
That's hilarious.
I'm like, wow.
Well, we said back when we started the first Creed that after we watched all three of them that we would rank them. So what is your ranking of the Creed movies?
I mean, fuck. I'm trying to think here. I might. Well, I'm trying to remember Creed 2 right now.
I know. I feel like I remember Creed 1 so much, but Creed 2 actually is just like there's like.
Because Creed 2, he fought the dude overseas, right?
Yeah, I think that was the Drago one.
No,
And then
was it?
yeah, it's that. But yeah, because it's Rocky the
Oh.
whole time's like, hey, you shouldn't do that. I don't want you to fight this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
I think I'm gonna go 2-3-1 is what I'm gonna go. 2-3-1.
Oh, okay. I think I'm going 1-3-2. I think.
1-3-2.
Yeah, I like.
You like 2 the least?
I feel like I liked. Well,
I
'cause
like Drago.
I really liked one. I really liked the first one.
Yeah.
And then I really like the fighting in 3, so I feel like I'd want to rewatch that one more.
No.
And it is a little
Well,
short. It's a little shorter too, so that kind of helps.
You own it.
That's true. I own it now. I can watch it, and I can pull it up on my iPad, watch it 7 times right now.
Well, because that's what because I told Abby, I'm like, oh, I gotta watch Creed 3. She's like, oh, nice. She's like, is it streaming on something? I'm like, no. I gotta rent it. And she's like, $20.
Yeah,
she's like,
it's
just
fucking
fucking
insane.
buy it. I go, I'm not buying it. I go, what? I go, I'm never gonna watch fucking Creed 3 ever again.
No, yeah, I told Nick, I was
You
like,
know?
hey, I bought Creed 3, so please watch it.
Well, because I texted him yesterday because I thought he had already seen it. Because the dude, the Jonathan Majors guy, there were scenes where he reminded me of like a basketball player that used to play for the Suns, and he was like, oh, I've never seen it. And I was like,
now
oh,
you can.
I'm like, well, I go, yeah. I was like, well, now you can watch it. Jerome bought it.
You
I
watched
didn't
it 10
know that
times to
at
make it
the
worth
time.
it.
But yeah.
No, yeah.
I was like, Jesus, $20.
I pulled it up. I was just like, all right,
Yeah.
I guess I'll do it. Sure. But yeah, I did like it. I feel like it was very predictable.
Oh, it absolutely was. As soon as we saw that opening stuff, like when they were kids, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, there's the movie for sure.
Mm-hmm. Well,
And I knew there was no way he was going to lose either.
Yeah, no, yeah, especially because like
So-
I guess he didn't kill the guy in the fight too. I said he killed him earlier. I think they showed him in the crowd for a second, so you know he's still alive.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Kill our mommy.
Yeah,
but like
he didn't. Jesus.
he knocked out that guy. He did that shit, beat him like hard. So like after doing that, and they clearly made him the villain. You're like, oh okay, he's gonna beat the shit out of this guy.
Absolutely.
I kind of wish though when they were like when you punched him in the face in the sand, didn't you kind of wish there would have been like a street brawl there? like a not boxing match, like them like actually just fighting like for reals there, and then they box.
Yeah, it would have been cool.
I thought that was gonna happen because I think in one of the Rockies, like it ends with a street fight instead. So I thought, oh, this is gonna be a little thing to that.
That would be
But
cool,
then
but it
nothing
would.
happened. But then
Yeah,
also
well,
like it could have been hard to happen because all I guess Damien's boys were there. So if Michael B.
Yeah.
Jordan wins, they just kick his ass or shoot him or something.
Well, see, I also thought that, like, I mean, I know the dude just got out of prison or whatever, but like the dude walked out with like just a towel on. I mean, like he was like, it wasn't this big spectacle or anything. It was like,
He had it draped under his
okay,
nipples and everything,
like,
walking out.
Speaking of that, I thought the Felix dude, I thought his intro was badass with like the dragon mask and like
Oh
the
yeah.
green and red smoke or whatever. I was like, that's fucking sick. I mean, he got his ass beat, but I was like, that intro is cool as fuck.
I laughed that Michael B. Jordan didn't have Tessa Thompson singing the whole for him and doing DJ shit as he walks in anymore. They moved past that, thank
fucking
God.
dumb. Jeez.
That was
I
just the
know.
corniest shit every time he'd go in the ring, and she's just like, "Oh my God, here's my creed."
I know. It was pretty dumb. But yeah, I mean, like,
Oh God, as is dying.
Hold
they,
up.
they
You guys like orange juice?
yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not the end of the world that Sylvester Stallone wasn't in it, but I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a little bummed that he wasn't in it.
Yeah.
So,
No, yeah. Like I feel like watching the
You know?
movie, I didn't really like because the story was decent and it just I was invested in them. I didn't really miss him, but afterwards I was like, oh, it would have been a little more fun if he was in there.
I mean, and like, it is kind of shitty, like that. I mean, he feels that they like stole the franchise. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, he was like the franchise.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you
I mean,
know what I mean?
feel like
Like,
if you are willing to do spin-offs and shit too, why don't you just like, hey, go make more, let him make more Rocky movies, and then you guys
Yeah.
make Creeds and whatever, and then everybody can be happy.
well, I also read too that even if he was like okay and they were to make up like the with him doing like the Tulsa King, they probably wouldn't shoot. Like, probably wouldn't be able to do anything.
He's too busy being a mob boss.
Yeah, so I don't know. But yeah, it's always weird because like I have no qualms against Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
And I have no.
Are you gonna
like
watch that reality show with him and his daughters on Paramount Plus?
Probably not. I didn't know anything about
Yeah,
it.
his daughters wanted a reality show, so now there's like it's like Living with the Sylvesters or something stupid like that. But his daughters
Okay.
have a reality show now, and
I
think
never-
it starts sometime in May, so sometime soon.
Interesting. I never knew that.
Yeah, I watched the trailer. I was like, I'll probably check this out. Why not? I'll check it out.
But I mean, it's like I like Michael B. Jordan. I like Sylvester Stallone. So it's always like weird to me. I mean, it's not like, oh my God, I'm not gonna sleep tonight. But it's like it's just weird because it's like they're beefing. You know what I mean? It's just like
Yeah,
like because
I think it's more behind the
automatically wanna
scenes than
pick a
Michael B.
side.
Jordan, but I think he is
Yeah.
still. They're probably not at the
Yeah.
best of terms. At least as good of terms as they were in the first one or something.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know what these movies have made, but I mean, I'm sure they've made a ton of money.
Yeah, which also he is a producer on
You
the
know.
movie, so like he is still making money off of it.
Yeah.
So
Was he a producer on this one?
Yeah, it's
Oh.
I saw that, so I was like, oh well, he's still making money, and so like he's not
Interesting.
completely cut out of the franchise.
Well,
It'll
there
just
you
be
go.
weird that they're gonna make so many more
They're
movies
like,
and they're just
you
not gonna
put up
mention
the
them.
money. You put up the money to make it. And then
Yeah,
we'll
you give
pay
us a
you
couple
back.
of those Sylvester dollars, and then we'll give you a couple million back.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
But hey,
do you have any ideas of what you want to do next since we've finished Creeds now?
I don't.
I know we talked about Harry Potter's before, and then they decided
Yeah.
to do an entire series of Harry Potter on HBO Max.
I would be fine with doing
Mhm.
Harry Potter movies because Abby asks me every week, when are you gonna start watching Harry Potter's again?
Abby won't shut the
And I'm
fuck
like,
up
God,
about it, so
I'm like- I
sure I'll
go-
watch it.
Well, because it's like I told her, I go, NBA playoffs are going on, NHL playoffs are going on. I'm like, fuck, baseball just started. I'm like, there's a lot of sports happening. I'm like, I'm not just gonna come home.
I
and
don't
be
got
like,
time
I'm
for
gonna-
your magic.
Not gonna watch this to fucking watch Harry Potter. So if you're cool with doing Harry Potter, I would be cool with doing Harry
No,
Potter.
yeah, that sounds fine to me. I've
'cause
been
I mean,
wanting
like
to
I
rewatch
said,
them anyways,
you know.
so I'm totally down for that.
Because like that show's not coming out anytime soon, is it? Or is it supposed
No,
to come
yeah,
out
it'll
soon?
it'll probably be a
Okay.
year or two before that comes out.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah, because what, this month it switches to Max?
yeah, this is when it's just Max. No longer
Yeah, and then-
HBO Max, we're just Max.
but it's like, what is it? Discover Plus and HBO Max
Oh
together.
yeah, because Discovery owns. It's a whole
Yeah.
fucking mess. I hate their naming.
So, because I mean, I even have to look. I don't know,
Mhm.
like, because I saw the prices going up. I'm like, well, that's fucking
Yeah,
dope.
it's so annoying. The price goes up if you want to keep watching stuff in 4K. You could pay.
Or without ad.
Yeah. Well, also they have ad free, and then there's like super ad free or something like that. So I don't
Yeah,
know what
see,
the
that's
what am I buying ad free for? What the fuck is super ad free?
I don't know. That's gonna piss me off if there's ads.
No, yeah,
I
that'll be
hate
really
shit with
watching
ads.
ads in an HBO show. I might cut my dick off. That's a
I
lot.
might not watch HBO anymore.
Yeah, no, it's weird.
I'm sorry.
I
I
feel
might not watch Max anymore.
Yeah, and what it also doesn't help the confusion at all because like HBO is still different and their Max stuff is still different, but now their slogan is like Max, the place to watch HBO. So like it's just like you're in the
That's
same
kind of
problem. Like why not just leave it HBO Max at this point still?
I don't know. I didn't do enough. I didn't do enough research on it to.
I'm sure it's
to
probably
figure it
good
out.
for them to have a whole new name and to try to get people to that, but
Why,
it just seems
though?
weird to me.
Why? What? I mean, fuck. HBO's been around for how long?
Yeah.
Everyone knows HBO.
Mhm.
Everybody knows HBO. Even if you don't have
Yeah,
fucking HBO,
no matter
everybody
what the
knows fucking
show is,
HBO.
if it's gonna be an HBO, it makes you go, "Oh, maybe I'll try that." Like
You're
no
like,
matter
that-
what it
it's-
is,
Yeah,
it could be.
you're like the quality's gonna be good.
Yeah. No, yeah. Like
It's
The Last
HBO.
of Us. I don't think The Last of Us would have been as good if it was like a Netflix show. I think it would have.
Probably not.
I don't think it
I
would
mean,
have
it
been as
might
popular.
have, but
Because
I mean,
it depends.
you know.
Sometimes so Netflix gives Stranger Things a lot of money, but they might not give something else. HBO, I feel like, gives proper money to whatever. But
yeah, because I mean, I'm assuming they're gonna up the money on The Last of Us season 2
probably, yeah.
episodes.
Which also, I texted you the other day. Apparently, they are months away
Yeah.
from filming season 2. That's pretty dope.
That is pretty wild.
I mean, it makes sense because like I know they have to figure out how they're gonna do the story, but like the story is already kind of there, just like season 1, where it's just, you're just kind of copy and pasting what was in the game a little bit, you know.
Right.
But yeah, that's exciting. I really am like that was what I'm most excited to see. I'm happy that the first season's done because like the second game's my favorite. So now to see those storylines going,
Yeah.
I
It'll be
feel
interesting.
like it's gonna get so much more fucked up, but it'll be wild.
Probably. Well, like we talked about, I mean, like I'm sure no matter what the ending is, it's not going to be a pleasant ending.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
It's not going to be a fairy tale ending, you know.
Yeah.
Regardless. So I mean, it's like you almost prepare for everyone to die because I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure that you know. Yeah. I don't know.
Have you been playing any games lately?
Not really. Other than I've just been playing the MLB.
Oh, just that
so,
stuff.
Yeah,
I've
I've
been
been kind of hooked on that.
I've been playing Battlefield. I bought the new Battlefield because I watched Tim the Tatman react to this guy Jeb's video of him playing Battlefield, and
Okay.
it kind of sold me. It looks kind of fun. I just wanted like a random multiplayer game that like just
Right.
wasn't Call of Duty. So I tried that, and it is pretty fun to play. I do like it.
Nice.
It helped. It was because no one wants to play the game. It was like $15 or something. It was like
Oh, even
extremely
better.
cheap. But then now I haven't even touched it because I've been playing the new Star Wars game. And that's
Yeah,
been
I
a
saw
lot
that
of fun.
came out.
It's
I saw
it's the
everybody
dude from-
talking
I
like,
can't-
"It's amazing."
Yeah, it's the dude from Shameless in it. I fucking love it. It's so much fun.
Nice.
Just
Yeah.
me being able to use a lightsaber. Oh, I got a little boner, you know.
Yeah. But, I'm happy for you. I'm not being closed-minded, but that's a game I would never play.
Whoa.
Hey, I'm happy you love it.
No,
Happy you like it.
honestly, I don't think you would dig it. I think there's so much to it, and the story would probably like it's a lot. I haven't even like scratched the story. I've seen people like stream it, and oh my god, there's some parts that I'm like I'm kind of not looking forward to playing that because that
Right?
that doesn't look that fun, honestly. But
Yeah. It's like this game. I should have never bought this game.
oh, I forgot you had that. Yeah, that
Yeah, because I
that
played it for
doesn't have your name
maybe-
written on it at all.
maybe 5 or 10 hours, and it was like, okay, that's stupid.
I played enough. Like
I mean, don't get me wrong,
honestly,
it's cool, but it's like, fuck, I don't know half of this shit. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. I mean, and maybe I'll revisit it one day, but I
Mhm.
mean, it's like,
I
you
would
know.
love for us to like have a gaming series of like you just playing like Minecraft or random things like that.
God,
Just
I'd
I would
rather
love to hear you being like, I don't
watch
want to be
paint
fucking
dry.
doing this, but you have to do it. And like, I feel like the
No, I'd
videos
rather
would
watch-
be gold.
I'd much rather watch paint dry than to play fucking Minecraft. Oh my god.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh, so
But like
funny.
I think some games like that, or even like movies. Like there's a movie out right now. Have you seen the trailers for Beau is Afraid?
Mm-mm.
That movie, I haven't seen it yet, but I've watched a couple of reviews of it, and just the descriptions of the movie, I
What, the
know.
clown? Is it like a clown? They go in the basement. They're forbidden or some shit. Is
No,
that?
it's Walking Phoenix, and it's basically about him having mommy issues the entire movie, but it's just the weirdest. It's from this director named Ari Aster who did Midsummer and Hereditary. Have you heard of those?
Midsummer's Night's Dream.
It's yeah, kind of.
Okay.
But he just makes a lot of weird movies, and I would love to have
It's like M. Night
like
Shyamalan.
like a camera on you commentary of you just watching that movie. Just from the description I've heard of it,
Yeah.
I feel like you would go on so many rants, be like, "This is fucking stupid. What's the point of this over here?" Like I would love to hear your reactions to it.
That would be cool if we started up like a Twitch and they were like,
Mhm.
"Come watch a movie with us." But it's
Yeah.
not gonna. We're not gonna be quiet. We're gonna talk the whole time.
Yeah. Cause I know you would hate it too. Like, imagine if we did like a live stream of us, like we have to watch all of season 1 of Westworld in a day or something,
Ugh,
and you just have to
God, no.
sit there and then talk about Westworld too while you go through it.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, it's the same thing with you, but I mean,
Mhm.
like, it would be a different story. Like, if like this was like, a huge podcast and we were getting paid like
No, yeah,
thousands of
Mhm.
dollars,
Mhm.
then I would be like, cool, no problem. But it's like, no. No, thank you.
Hold up.
But it would be cool. It would be cool.
Mhm. No, yeah,
But yeah.
I feel like it would take so long for just the little bits of it that would be worth it. Overall, that wouldn't.
Because I mean,
worth
that's like 12 hours if we watch season 1 of Westworld in a day.
Yeah.
That's
Well, that's why
long
movies.
day.
That's why movies would be better. Because then
Yeah.
it's just like you watch like an hour and a half movie. You hate it a little bit, but then you still have your whole day to go
I do,
through.
yeah. Well, yeah, movies would be much better than
Now
than
that is something I'd like to
shows.
see.
Yeah. Who is that? Austin Powers?
That's you.
I know.
I added another one of you on here. Oh, there's this right here.
Thank you for watching. I say one more time, a ho ho ho, Merry Christmas to you. Fuck off, Pleekers.
There you go.
I was filling up the soundboard before we got on here. So that's why I have the Rocky music and
I wish a guy would take a dump on my chest.
What is that from?
not
it's one of
another
the
not another
parodies?
teen movie.
Yeah.
Remember that movie? You
Yeah.
loved that movie
Yeah.
so like a commentary on that for you, like
Yeah.
what moments you didn't like about it. That'd be pretty fun.
It's just weird because I mean, like, I don't know. I just don't get it. I don't know. I think I just stuff I don't like, and
Mhm.
I don't like it a lot.
like
So-
like animated movies.
Yeah, or TV shows for that matter. Because like I've never been a big Simpsons guy. Like I've never been a big Simpsons guy.
I used to be
I've
when I was
never-
younger, but like stuff like that though, like Simpsons, Family Guy, stuff like that.
Yeah,
I
I've
can't
never
really
been a
watch.
big
Even
Family. I mean,
South
I've, like,
Park. I'll watch
seen-
South Park every now and then,
Nah.
but I almost never find it funny anymore. It
Yeah.
it is hard for me. Like it almost has to be a serious animated thing for me to even enjoy.
And I
it now.
know that that's a different kind of anime than what like people call
Yeah,
anime,
yeah.
but like literally, I think the only anime, and this was fucking 12 years ago,
Mhm.
that I ever like watched, and it was 2 seasons. I don't know if there's more now, but it was like the Boondocks,
Oh, mhm.
and I thought that was funny.
I've never seen that
but,
either.
I mean,
but I've heard that.
but I mean, it was
I
like,
think that's a very
you know.
popular one for some people.
yeah. So, but even then, it's like I don't know if I'd watch. I wouldn't necessarily watch it again.
Oh,
You know?
yeah. Well, I think
So-
that's the thing for that. I think for a lot of anime, which I've barely watched any, but like some of it, there's so much of it that once you finish it,
Yeah.
I know some people are crazy and they rewatch it constantly. Like I rewatch Breaking Bad and stuff like that. But like
Yeah.
once I'm done with that, I'm like, okay, I don't. It's like reading a book. I almost never reread a book.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, it's rare I read a book, but it's even rarer that I would want to read it again.
I used to read a lot, but I haven't read in a while.
What was the last book you read? Do you know?
It was for sure a James Patterson book.
I don't even
So-
know who that is.
I love his books. He does he has, I don't know, he's probably got close to 40 of them now.
Oh,
But he
wow.
like he follows this character that he created, Alex Cross. And he's like, have you ever, I'm sure you've seen the
I
movie.
do like authors like that have like a ton of books off one character. It reminds me of like the shooter books, Bob
But I
Louis
mean,
Spider.
like-
Nick loves those.
Yeah. So like they actually made 2 of them in the movies. Along Came a Spider with Morgan Freeman,
Oh, I haven't. I've heard of that, but I haven't seen that.
and I think it's called Kiss the Girls. But it's those are like my favorite because, like I said, he follows this character Alex Cross,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm probably 15 or 20 books behind. And every time I go to I very rarely go to like a Goodwill
Mm-hmm.
or something like that, or like a garage sale. I always look for Alex Cross books because it's like,
So for your birthday,
I
get like a
had-
big collector's edition.
Well, I have some of them, and I mean, fuck. I was reading these in high school, so I mean, like, you can find some of them like hardback
Mm-hmm.
for like $1 at like Goodwill because they're fucking
Mm-hmm.
20 years old, 25 years
That's
old.
pretty cool. Do you think you'll ever catch up?
So, I want to.
That'd be
So,
fun.
Yeah, I want to because I mean,
You could do
he's
like
always
a
been my
little
favorite
book
author.
series on Pleeka.
That would
Eventually,
be
you go through all the books and do like a little short
dope. I could
video
just
after you read. Like even if it was like a 5-minute, like a little 5-minute review on the books, that'd be fun. I'd watch you
It'd be
review a
cool.
book.
Would you?
I'd be so curious. Like, oh, what has to think about this book? I'd watch everyone.
You're like, read the book. You'll enjoy it.
That's your whole review. It was pretty good. I liked it. Really enjoyed it.
I mean, I could talk. I could do 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes on a book. Yeah,
Yeah, maybe that's something to think about. I think that'd be fun.
maybe I'll just start
going
making
through
a
all the
little
books.
TikTok series or
Yeah,
something. You know,
Yeah, there you go. Oh,
I do have the capability for 10-minute long videos.
Oh, you
I've
do.
I've
A
only
10-minute
posted, like,
TikTok? Holy shit.
I have that capability of a 10-minute TikTok.
Wow, I don't even know if I have that capability. I mean,
I don't know
probably
why.
do,
I
but
think-
Jesus.
I think I've posted like 7 of them. I've deleted all of them, but it's like they were just Call of Duty clips. And like, let's give this guy the capability of 10-minute long videos if he wants them.
This
I'm
guy,
like,
let's let him put his whole games of Call of Duty on here.
yeah, I'm like Jesus, dude. I have like 12 followers.
Yeah,
It's just people I
that's
know.
weird. I wouldn't watch a TikTok longer than a minute. I don't think.
Yeah, I
Like
don't
unless
know.
it was
There's
like
some-
very interesting.
Yeah, I think I feel like the majority of the TikToks I watch are pretty short.
Yeah.
But that I feel like that's today's age is everyone's fucking attention span is just not there. Like no one has the attention span
Yeah.
to pay
No,
attention.
yeah. I feel like I even noticed that. Like if we put out a podcast on something, and then if I put out just like the review part, that part would get so much more views than the whole podcast would. Totally.
Right.
People,
Well,
people
that's
just
what I
want to
mean.
watch like little videos. Shit
The
like
shorts.
that.
That's why the shorts are so hot.
Yeah. Maybe
know,
we
everybody
maybe we should sit here and do like those fake TikTok podcasts, where they sit
We should
here
just
and they just like
do-
set up things and it's so obvious that they're just making a little clip.
We should experiment with that. We should experiment. We should do a regular podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Like next week we should do a regular podcast. And then either before or after, we should just do a 60-second review,
like a
on Harry
Sparks
Potter.
Notes version of the podcast.
Yeah, just a fucking Harry Potter 60-second. And
Let's actually try that. I really like that idea.
And then see which one does better.
Okay, I really like that idea. So we're gonna do that next week.
'Cause listen,
fuck, we have.
I mean, 60-second reviews. You can do a lot of those.
It's true, yeah. We could just speed through them all. Like we could do like 47, 60 minutes. That'd be good. We have barely enough time to wrap up. Is there anything you want to say to the folks out there before this ends? All right.
Nope.
Well,
Tip
then,
your delivery drivers and don't get sick because it sucks.
yeah, I was just sick about a week ago, and Taylor was sick. Fucking Angela was sick. There's a bug going around. But here's
Lovely.
Hess from the past to end the podcast.
Oh.
Thank you for watching. I say one more time, a ho ho ho, Merry Christmas to you. Fuck off, Pleekers.
That was what, probably 7-8 years ago.
Yeah, that was a
Fuck,
while
that's
ago.
so-
That was when you. Oh, fuck.